What's up, everybody? I'm Nico Chapralis, the Greek Goliath.
I'm Manny Frias, National Strong Activity 2020 and Pro Strongman. And I'm Steve Tripp, Silverback Gorilla, and 3-time New York Strongman.
And you are watching World's Strongest Man.
Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. First up, it's Tyson Morrissey lifting an Atlas stone to shoulder. The weight, 170 kilos or 374 pounds. We now move into the bench press, and here is Lucas Pepper. He says 3 times 250 kilos from yesterday's bench session. It turned out great, and for the fact I did not bench up to expectations for half a year, maybe this year I will go number 1. Next up, it's powerlifter Ray Bowring, who says, here is my equipped bench and I think it's moving well. The weight, 260 kilos or 573 pounds. Here's a clip from Jason Mike. He's a really strong bench presser. The weight, 273 kilos or 602 pounds for 2 reps. We now move into some overhead pressing, and here is Andrew Flynn. It's 100 kilos with a pause. He says he doesn't think he'd be given it in competition, but I think the lockout was okay. What do you guys think? Next up, we join Max Kleinwachter, and it's an overhead press in one motion. The weight, 130 kilos or 286 pounds for 2 reps. Now here comes rep 2, and it makes him go for a bit of a walk. Now he's back again. Here is Tyson Morrissey. Now the weight of that axle is 130 kilos or 286 pounds. After that, he moves into the block press. This one, 102 kilos or 224 pounds. Both of those looking easy. Next up, we join Joseph Payne, and it's a personal record for him from the rack. 156 kilos or 345 pounds on an axle. We now move into some log pressing, and here is Shane Nye, doing a single with 140 kilos or 308 pounds. Next up, it's Ryan Bennett, the current England Strongest Man 2022. He says, I'm very happy with tonight's session down at Koru Gym. I'm feeling like I'm finally growing into the strength I need to push even more. This is 170 kilos or 374 pounds for 2 reps. Next up, we join Matt Webb, and he's doing some front squats, but he shouldn't have been. He says, after my heavy triple at 515 pounds, I looked at my program to see that this was supposed to be SSB, not front squats. But anyway, that's 233 kilos for 3 reps. And following on from him, we've got a new athlete to the channel. This is Wallace Patterson, squatting with a weight of 270 kilos or 595 pounds. Next up, it's powerlifter Blake Lehue, who says, I don't think I've ever been this confident in my squats going into a meet prep. That's 290 kilos or 639 pounds from him. Next up, we join powerlifter Russell Orhe, squatting with a weight today of 329 kilos or 725 pounds. Next up, it's champion powerlifter Tony Cliff, who says, this was a lot harder than I would have liked, thanks to a sickly child and a crappy night's sleep. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I went in thinking I might have to adjust the weights, but he just dug in and kept going to the plan. That's 330 kilos for 3 reps. Now next up, we join Jonathan Oldham, who says 2 times 338 kilos with a 5 count tempo. Now in the clip, the music actually cuts out before rep number 2, and he says that really let him focus on the tempo, misery, and he rounds out the first half of today's video.
Yes! Beautiful! Fucking hell! Let's go! Yeah! Nice! You got it, bro! Yes! Yes! Let's fucking work, brother! Yes! Fucking work, brother! Fucking work! Real nice, man.
Now we kick off the second part of today's video with Dan Bell, who says, I took 6 months out of wraps and only took me 4 sets to pull my head out and act like I know what I'm doing. Here's 415 kilos or 915 pounds. We now join Oliver Storgard, competing at Denmark's Strongest Man. He says, here I am competing and I came first place in this event, and he actually ended up second overall, so it was a really great competition for him. We now move into the deadlift section, and here is powerlifter Susanna Toth, who says, I've officially done my prep. Emotional because it was such a ride of ups and downs, but still one of my best and overall progress made. That's 205 kilos or 452 pounds for 2 reps. Here's a clip from John Heck, who says, I'm rotating between heavy and speed weeks on deadlift. Today's heavy set called for 700 pounds for 2 reps. Still getting yanked forward off the floor for a bit, and I need to clean that up. Next up, we've got another person deadlifting. This is powerlifter Philip Herndon, 705 pounds at a body weight of 226 pounds. He says he's feeling weak as, and I can't say the next word. Next up, we join strongman Scott McGowan, who says, here is a nice 330 kilos for 2 reps. Happy as this is the most I've pulled for a long time. Next up, we join under 105 kilo strongman Gavin Prosser, who says, deadlift prep has begun. 350 kilos for doubles last week. I've started my prep for Ireland in October, but now have a personal invite to compete at the Arnold Classic UK. Next up, it's John Stephen Corabooth out in Coco's gym, pulling 360 kilos or 793 pounds. Here's a clip from Lewis Jack, who says, my last training session 1 week before the Strongman Champions League, and everything feels great in prep for Scotland's Strongest Man coming up in September. Now here's a clip from powerlifter John Hack, who says, this is my first deadlift in preparation for the USPA Pro, a really smooth single at 375 kilos or 826 pounds. Following on from him, it's Yuri Belkin, pulling 400 kilos or 882 pounds in a sumo stance. Now next up and also pulling sumo, it's powerlifter Jamal Browner. He's doing a paused cluster double. The weight, 415 kilos or 915 pounds, making them look really easy. Now as the weights move up, we join strongman Nico Chaprales, who says, here is 948 pounds or 430 kilos for a single. I really wanted the G, but it definitely wasn't there today. And if you thought that was impressive, here is Miroslav Kahanek and also Miroslav Mako. It's a double axle deadlift weighing 513 kilos or 1,130 pounds. They said it was quite interesting, fun, but it was also really hard. Now seeing us out today, it's strong woman Shannon Clifford working on her deadlift. The weight on the bar, 200 kilos or 441 pounds for 4 reps. She says, my best on 200 kilos is 6, hitching every one. I get a lot out of a hitch, so I'm really buzzing with this. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you again as always on the next one.
No! No! Your turn next!